I've been to many healers, and you have too.
Yes.
And we've done healing work,
Yes.
both giving and
Yes. For
receiving.
many years.
I will go on record and say some of the best healers on planet Earth are actors.
Yeah.
And some of them are recording artists, whether they've recorded in a studio or not. A true artist, in my opinion, they dip right into that heaven and earth as one frequency. And every authentic artist, in my personal opinion, is a unifying frequency. They will help you see things, feel things you couldn't feel until you saw, heard, or received, or disappeared into the world of that actor's story.
Well, they are connected to that creative sphere, that creative sphere. You know,
Yes.
like there are different spheres of experience. And like there's the scientists, they gravitate towards things of science and math and
And then there's Britney Spears.
I know it's different. So she's part of the creative sphere. So
Yeah.
you access that energy. It's like a thread. You access that energy, and if that healer who's working with you is accessing that energy, it amplifies itself when you're working on a person who's also part of that. It's amazing how it works. It's a symbiotic relationship, but the energy is a circle. So again, the healer will work on that person, and they will take on the inadequate energies of that client that they're working on, and they will recycle it through their own body, their own physical form, their own energy, and they will give it back to that person. Because once you create energy, it doesn't just go away. It has to go somewhere. So it goes back to that person in a more refined manner.
Yes.
So, but that's amazing. Yeah. That's great. That's amazing.
That's
I have to bring up an example,
yes.
not to go on, but my former partner was an artist, and he was in the music business, and he would bring me to a lot of shows to see bands. And I remember particularly when I went to go see these friends of his, and it was a sold out show at the Wiltern. It was a small venue, and I remember looking at the stage, looking at the singer and all the band members, and I could see the energy build up from the audience and the people on the stage. And I can tell you, once she started singing, that energy going up, and you could see the crescendo, and then boom, it was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Thank God. It was a blessing. I was able to see it.
Yes.
But that happens every single time you see an artist that sings or dances or anything like that, and you have a large audience. Oh,
Yes.
just like any political thing that happens. But in this case, it was a musical. It wasn't a musical, but it was a jazz band that was a jazz singer. But you could see that energy, and it was just pulsating. But it had that crescendo. And it just blew up. It was amazing.
I've had the same experiences,
Yeah.
whether it's like a comedian, not all of them, just certain ones
Certain
that are
ones. Yeah.
in alignment with that sphere that you
Yes.
spoke about.
Yes.
And for me, I would watch the artist, and you could tell intention is everything.
Yeah.
They lined up
Yeah.
their intention. They
Yeah.
had their set list. They, they picked out their outfit weeks in advance. They recomposed whatever they were doing to couture the frequency to what they were doing. And then that artist, I've been able to see the energy go out from the artist and hit the crowd. And then the crowd get elevated by that frequency,
Yeah,
and then return
exactly.
the frequency back to the artist. Then the artist gets elevated again, and then her elevation goes
That's
out
right.
into the crowd. Then the crowd elevates again.
Yes.
And then goes back to the artist, and it keeps energetically multiple orgasmic combustion pointing, layering itself over and over and over.
Yeah, it's amazing because, and keep in mind too, energy is like a beginning, middle, and end. So there is a beginning, a buildup, and then the middle part when it's like getting up there, and then boom, and then you see the energy come back again.
Yeah.
And it just constantly is rolling over, constantly rolling over. It's amazing.
Yep. It's renewing, refreshing,
Yes.
recycling, renewing, refreshing. It's beautiful to watch.
It is. It is.